So I should
Oh,
probably get off my phone in a minute.
I'll start with the mug introduction there.
The mug introduction.
Mm,
Don't be a mug. I don't know if we're
mm.
live yet. I'm hoping that we'll get told in the comments it's normal. Then
Um,
we'll then we'll know.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. We should probably look on off like a phone or something and see because it doesn't actually
Um,
tell you you're live. You just
oh no, we are live. I can see.
are we live? Are we
We're
live?
on. We're on.
Are we on? Yeah. Are you
We're on.
sure?
Yes. Yeah, I'm positive.
Yeah. Yeah, we are live. Mark says
There
we
we
are
go.
live. All right. Well,
That's
good
splendid.
good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'll put my phone
Good
down now.
evening.
We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live indeed. And Evictus is alive, Steve. Are you happy about that?
I am. That is very much alive, and it's looking good. I can't wait to see it in person and see it moving. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'll be honest, it looks better from outside the park than I thought it was going to because the big one does kind of dominate the landscape. But yeah, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I agree. It's what's this? Oh wow, a theme park enthusiast live stream that starts on time. Well, we're just organised. You see, just like our coaster club events are very organised. So we like to be on time with these things. But yeah, Evictus. I've not seen it testing today. I've not been in Blackpool today, but we have had footage sent to us from a lot of people. We've seen a lot of stuff on social media. Pleasure Beach have put a video out as well. So yeah, it's very exciting. I was aware it was going to be moving today, but I didn't expect it to be moving quite as highly as it did. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's good to see. It's good to see. And I believe you've got a recreation of the noise it makes, Steve. Or you're not going to do that now, alive.
I'm not doing that now, though. I had to go. Just this is what we are doing before we went live. Is we're just I kind of, but wonder what it sounds like, and I had an attempt of mimicking the sound of the gyro swing. It didn't sound too good.
Right, I'm gonna test something here. Let's see if it
Oh,
works.
oh, oh,
Um,
oh,
no,
what?
it's not working yet.
No,
There we
no.
go.
Oh,
There it is. So it should be working now. This is a footage we were sent from
hmm,
Pleasure Beach database of Evictus testing today. It should show properly in a second. There we go.
hmm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it should be showing. It is exciting to see that it is testing and at full pace. I would have loved to have been there today to see it, but we didn't think it was going to be running like this today. I thought it was going to move a little bit, but I did not expect it to literally go like it has been doing today. I am tempted to go and have a look tomorrow. I am tempted to go and have a look every day, but I've had a bit of bad luck this week with like filming testing stuff at Pleasure Beach, which is quite amusing really. I went on Monday, nothing happened. Went on Wednesday, Big Dipper started testing, and then didn't finish after a single lap. And Evictus didn't move the whole time, and then I left, and it started to move. So I think maybe I need to stay away until next weekend, Steve.
Maybe. But I'm just looking at the there's a little bit of a delay, but I'm looking at the video um at the moment, and it doesn't look like it's actually spinning yet, like with the swinging. So I'm guessing there's a lot more commissioning to go. So over the next few days, I imagine there's going to be a lot of movement on that ride. I don't know whether they'll work the weekend or not, but I imagine that next week you're probably going to see quite a bit of activity over there with the commissioning process as they start testing it and doing things, different ride cycles. Then you have your function testing, like testing that the programming shuts down correctly if it needs to, and all the different processes. So this is just the beginning of like an exciting period of testing that's going to go
Yeah,
on over the next couple of weeks. So I think it's fantastic to see it finally going. And from that angle there, it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
yeah. So what I will say is there's a few people asking in the comments, has it been spinning? And I know you mentioned it as well. It actually has been spinning in the rotations as well. So that first
Okay.
video that I was sent was I don't know, it was about an hour or so before it started spinning. And then there was a few posts and videos from Owen Holt, who's covered it on Twitter today, and he's covered it really well. He's took a fantastic photo. I'll send you the link later, Steve. So yeah, if you get a chance to have a scroll on Twitter, or X as it's now called, have a look for Owen Holt's page because he's posted some incredible stuff from Evictus testing today. And of course, Pleasure Beach have posted their own video, so it is rotating. I do think now we're going to see it testing a lot. I would assume we're going to see it on an opening weekend. I would imagine Pleasure Beach will want to show everyone it testing on opening weekend. They'll be like, look at our new toy, come and have a look at this. So yeah. I reckon it'll be a bit of a showmanship thing. It'll be, it'll be all go on opening weekend. So
good.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to predict when it's going to open, but I am very much looking forward to when it does. I've booked onto the VIP preview thing. It's whenever it does open. It's going to be a mad week on Your Experience Guide when it opens. It'll just be video after video after video of Evictus. There'll be whatever we can get on the preview event. There'll be whatever we can get from off-ride, from hopefully on-ride, reviews, everything, merchandise. We'll just cover the lot. We'll go big like we did with Icon.
Oh, definitely. I think that normally at this stage you'd be like thinking, oh, they're going to do like an early soft opening, but even though the ride looks like dirt, you've still got all the stuff around the ride that is still got quite a bit of work to do. So I don't imagine it being, it's definitely not going to be ready for next week for opening day. So don't go thinking it's going to be open for opening day because you'll be very disappointed. But yeah, you never know. You might see some activity around there while they're doing all this programming up during that weekend if they've still got the programmers there. So that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
if there's stuff going on.
It was interesting because when I went there on Monday and Wednesday, Intamin were on site because you could see them in their jackets and they got the caps and everything on, and it was just like, yeah, something's definitely happening here. I think they will test it on opening weekend. I honestly think they'll want people to see it, and I think that they're not daft. They'll know that if they test it on opening day, everyone's phones and cameras are going to be out. People are going to be live streaming it. People are going to be putting stuff on Facebook, Insta, X, YouTube, TikTok. It's going to be everywhere, isn't it? So
great advert.
It's free advertising. What do you think about from a queuing point of view? Do you think it's theming? Sorry, not queuing. Theming. What do you think from a theming point of view? How do you see them do? I mean, I know where they're going to go with it, but what do you think they're going to do with it?
I don't know.
Do you care?
I do care about the queuing experience because the queuing experience can be, in some occasions, almost as interesting as the ride itself. Great example being Hex, the Legend of the Towers. Velocicoaster's a great queue with the animatronics and the overall atmosphere building before the ride itself. So you can make a good queue. Yeah. There are some queues that are not a good example, like Taron. Donkey Kong. Just behind me. The queuing experience for this thing is it's not great.
Rubbish.
That's all I will say. It's not great. So it's I'd like to see some. Ideally, I would like it to be covered because that's one thing that I think you can get blasted a lot at Blackpool, particularly the closer towards the seafront you go. So I'd like a bit of a buffer from the sea, ideally, for those windier days. But I think just having a bit of an indoor queue line would be nice before you go on. Maybe even a small pre-show. Maybe I'm asking too much, but you know what? I'm happy with just a ride hardware. You don't need to do much with these gyro swings. They're massive rides, and they sell themselves. So just decent hardware is all you need. If you've got decent hardware, you're onto a winner. If you combine that with decent theming as well, then you're definitely on to an excellent ride experience.
Yeah, what I'm hoping for is that wherever the queue is, we'll have fantastic angles of watching the ride, which I assume we will do, given where it is and where we have to go to get on it. I do think it's good that they're covering up the backside of the infusion catering units, because I think they would have been quite unsightly to be standing in a queue looking at them. But also, I'm hoping that they'll cover up the backside of FY4 as well, because obviously at the minute it's a construction site, so it is going to look a little bit unsightly at the minute. But I think come April, May time, then I would imagine it'll look a lot better. There'll be a bit of, I would imagine there'll be a little bit of styling. I think we've got to have realistic expectations. We're not getting Universal and Disney level theming. I would
But
say
you've got
we're
to bear
not
in
going to
mind
get.
that area of the park's been not abandoned, but it hasn't really been actively used for quite a long time now.
Well,
So
no, because it housed a beaten up old arcade building there for a long time with,
yeah,
an old car park behind it that no one used.
yeah, exactly. So there is going to be some tidying up needed in that area, but to be fair, I'm sure they'll do a great job. Like that's something that Pleasure Beach have been doing well over the past 20 years is making open areas look good. So I'm sure they'll ace it.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I am going to draw attention to a comment from the Magnets return. Please shout out to Ivy and Rose. What's your top tips and recommendations ahead of the Pleasure Beach 2026 season to maximise park time, rides, catering? So, what I would always say is arrive before Pleasure Beach opens. If Pleasure Beach is opening at 10, be outside Noah's Ark at 9:30 because sometimes they open the gates early. Have a plan. Always have a plan. Don't go straight to the big one. Don't go straight to Icon because they're just rammed straight away. You need to be looking at Nickelodeon Streak early. It's always quiet. Previously in the past, I would have said do Nickelodeon Street, do Revolution, then do Steeplechase. But Steeplechase last year wasn't opening until 12 o'clock. So what I would say now is maybe do Nickelodeon Streak, Revolution, Avalanche, Big Dipper, then Steeplechase, and then think about Big One and Icon. What order to do Evictus in, I don't know, because one, we definitely don't know when it's going to open yet, and two, we don't know if it's going to open with the park or on a staggered opening. We don't know yet. So my top tips for the coasters would definitely this year be Nickelodeon Streak, Revolution, Avalanche, Big Dipper, and then think about doing other stuff, because Big Dipper, in my opinion, will be on one train again. We know Nickelodeon Streak will be on one train again. Avalanche is probably going to be on one train for the early part of the season. It always is. So, yeah. That. On the subject of these rides, though, I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about how little testing I have seen so far. Like, in previous years when I've done like pre-season updates of Pleasure Beach, usually at this time of the year it's been all go and everything's been testing by this point or not far off everything. Whereas for the last two times I've been this week, I've been like, nothing's going round. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but hopefully they've got everything sort of planned out and under control for the next, well, what is it now? 5 working days till they open?
Yeah, it's not long now.
No, it is. We'll see how it goes. On the subject of closed season stuff, I am going to try put some footage over again. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's working. So coming on screen shortly should be from the other day when they lifted the Revolution train on. This was actually going to be a video on its own or alongside a couple of other things like going on the Evictus site, ride testing, but the only thing I saw on this particular day was the Revolution train going on. I always think it's quite fascinating. It kind of reminds me of watching Big Jet TV's live streams, who unfortunately at the minute is recovering, and I wish him really well on a speedy recovery. And watching him trying to land this sort of on the chassis reminded me of watching those Big Jet TV live streams where he's saying like, go on son, and stuff like that. So it was really cool to watch. I didn't see Revolution testing after this, but it was fascinating to watch it go on. Everyone thought I was filming them driving down Balmoral Road, where I was filming from. Lots of people were hitting the brakes and slowing down, which I thought was really quite funny. And I got a bit of abuse as well. People thought I was filming them speeding. I was just like, no, I'm not. I'm just filming the Revolution train. But it always makes for interesting time. I'm going to let you get a word in now, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just watching them lifting the chassis on there. It's looking good, isn't it? The Revolution. Like it's always nice seeing these rides come together towards the start of season. Like I probably would have liked to have seen it a little bit sooner than what it like. I start getting twitchy if you've still not got a train ready 3 weeks before the season starts.
Yeah,
that was when I was doing engineering anyway. But like to be fair, on our rides, I looked after 13, and our trains were pretty much on ready to go. We usually had 2 as a minimum, and the third one was sometimes a little bit late depending on sourcing, because sometimes parts don't get there as quickly as you would like, so that can hold up your rebuild process. But it's you got to bear in mind that the team, the technical team at Pleasure Beach, do work in some very challenging conditions. Like they're getting battered by the elements in that location with little shelter, and
Yeah.
it's freezing cold. It's wet. It's horrible, just above freezing. It's not a pleasant. It's just, to be fair, it's the same at Towers over winter if you're doing outside work on the lift hills or on the fast switch. It can be a little bit on the chilly side, but um, I am surprised how little's going on, how little's been reported. I really hope that there's been stuff going on that's just been missed,
Yeah.
because obviously people aren't there watching 24/7. So they could well be getting everything kind of gathered up and done like well in advance, and we've just missed it for some reason. But yeah, like normally on this last 2 weeks before things start ramping up. Like if you went to Alton Towers at the moment, you'll probably you can't see very much because you can't really see the park, but there'll be a hive activity of roller coasters and different things going on, getting the park ready. Whether that's stacking the shelves of all the stock for the year, and there's always a lot going on at the park, and especially in I'd say the month before opening, things start ramping up because you've got to get your staff in, your training done. You'll be doing the function testing on all the rides. So, and then obviously anything that's running a bit late, you'll be working flat out to try and get it ready on time. So I'm just comparing towers because that's something I can relate to. Like I don't actually know how Pleasure Beach do things, but I assume it'll be in a very similar way. So yeah, I like it's just a fun time to see all this starting to come together.
Yeah. So, a couple of comments to pick up on is Scotty telling people not to head to the big one so the queue is small when you leg it there. Well,
100%.
obviously.
Yeah. To be fair,
not...
I will give this advice for the big one is that the big one can be a bit temperamental. And if you're going to maximize ride count, running straight to the big one, and then, because like the thing is, like me and you, Scott, we'll be quite happy to wait there for 2 or 3 hours to get a ride on the big one. We'll leave happy. We will leave happy. No, but we've chosen to do that, and we'll be happy as long as we get on it anyway. But like, I would never advise that to anyone else who is trying to maximize ride count. It'd be go to stuff that's open because you're going to get on things like Next Streak, Avalanche, and the other rides that are open early much quicker usually, and there'll be more kind of operational at that time. Whereas like you could be stood outside the big one for hours.
Yeah. Well,
with
we've done
very
this.
little movement, so just be aware of that. Like,
we've done this before though on opening day, because in the past when we used to have our events on opening day, we'd always book the big one for the first ride of the season, so we'd be the first public riders, and then sometimes to guarantee that first public ride, we'd be there for like an hour and a half, and then you're looking around and you're seeing everything operating around you, and you're like, yeah, we might have messed up here. And it's just the way it goes sometimes. But to be fair, I won't be running to the big one because I don't want to, calf strain or anything for the rest of the day and be limping around the park for the rest of the day. So I'll be strolling to the big one or a brisk walk. But if we get on the first train, we get on the first train. But the days of legging it for the first train are long gone. I'm too overweight for that. Maybe in 12 months' time I won't be, but... right now,
if I don't get on the first train, I'm cool with that. I'll go on the second. All it means is it's had a lap to warm it up for me.
Yeah, back row for the full experience is the most important thing.
I don't know. I feel like I can't hack it anymore.
You managed it 100 times in one day. Come on.
That's what I mean. That was an experience.
Yeah, definitely. So I was asked why I left Infusion out of the suggestions. It's only because I actually think Infusion's capacity is not too bad compared to like Nickelodeon Streak, Steeplechase, Avalanche, Big Dipper. I think Infusion's one of the better ones for capacity these days, which is quite staggering because I remember when it first got built and everyone was like, can't believe they're building a low capacity coaster. And now it's probably one of the highest capacity coasters at Pleasure Beach, which is just how it's gone over the last 20 years. It's just a sign of the times, really. But infusion is an anagram for paracetamol, says drones and planes. Well, yeah, you could be right on that. But what I will say is, infusion's one of the better SLCs that I've done. Like, there is some terrible examples out there. I can't remember its name, but the one at Heidi Park, dreadful. I'll never forget when we were stood in the air gates, and me and Mark were looking at it, and we're like, "Oh, it's got a new set of like wheels on it. It looks in really good nick." And we're expecting a really good ride on it, and yeah, it was brutal. And the one at Movie Park Germany, oh, I can't wait for Stephen's response to that one when we go.
Yeah.
Back row for the full experience.
Well, that one we did. Was it Wallaby Belgium? That wasn't great.
Oh, Vampire. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad.
that's the one. Yeah, they are. It's just the way they're designed now, because they're like, you kind of got a big train, big bulky train underneath the track,
Yeah.
and the axles need to have play in it because of the way that they're positioned inside the track. So it's just you struggle to get one of those smooth. Like, and I do agree. I think having a shorter train does help them.
Yeah, I do.
Having the shorter trains does make it a little bit more tolerable.
I must say thank you to Chris Ammers as well, who dropped us a super chat. So thanks, Chris, and
cheers, Chris.
We will see you next Friday in Blackpool. I know a few people are waiting for me to message them about next Friday, and if you're watching, I will get round to that later or tomorrow, definitely. So, what are your expectations for opening day, Steve? I've got a few more bits of footage to show from closed season stuff, but I'll let you talk about your expectations while I grab a quick drink.
I might upset people. I won't. It's going to be an interesting opening because we still don't really know what is going to be open or not this year. I know last year they actually did an announcement saying this will be open, this won't be, whereas I've not seen any of that information come out this year, which is a bit of a shame. So we don't really have any expectations to go in with. And so I'm going to go in expecting everything open. But we'll have to wait and see how we get there. I'm sure there'll be something probably not open.
Manage your expectations.
Yeah, well, we don't know, do we? So nothing's been announced, and I kind of understand why, because they don't want to put people off by saying, we know Invictus isn't going to be open, but no. people will moan about that.
I think you'll get some
mostly the public. Enthusiasts probably not so much, because we understand why it's not open yet. But yeah, it's I'll be honest. The main thing I'm looking forward to, and this is the way I kind of go into any opening day at any park, I'm going to go for. It's been a long winter. I'm going to go to a theme park with my friends, and it's going to be a really good day, no matter what. If it's good, brilliant. If it's bad, you know what? We'll probably have a good laugh about it on the way.
Well, this is the thing. One thing I do want to say is, whatever happens on opening weekend, we can never we can never ignore the fact that there has been engineers, contractors, seasonal people all working at Pleasure Beach from basically the day that they close in November right up until Friday, probably until they go to bed. They will be working flat out in Pleasure Beach, getting their hands dirty, getting bruises, aches, pains, and they will give it their all. They will do everything they can to get everything going. And I'm lucky enough to spoken to a lot of engineers at Pleasure Beach over the last 15, 20 years, and I know how much they love the Pleasure Beach, and they would love nothing more than for all of us to turn up on opening day and it to be the best day we've had at Pleasure Beach in years.
Yeah.
But the realistic situation is they have got a hard winter every winter. It just gets... And you speak to people around the park and it gets harder and harder every year, and that's because costs of everything are just going through the roof. We're affected by it. Everyone, normal outside of Pleasure Beach, is affected by it. Pleasure Beach are affected by it. I'm sure Towers and everyone else is affected by it too.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that the engineers are kind of like the unsung heroes of any theme park, because the amount of effort that goes into all these things, it is absolutely crazy. Like, I know for myself, like the second that the first day of winter, you're there and already you're stripping everything down, and it is full on. It is full on, and like I say, the conditions are at the worst as well.
Yes.
So you're working in the worst conditions, and you've got to get like a lot done. And any engineer or even theme park, they want as much available as possible when it comes around to opening day. Like there's a lot of things that kind of play into this. Like the sometimes it's not even engineers like doing anything wrong. Like if the weather's bad, the weather's bad. The big one
Yeah.
will be closed for bad weather. Like no
Yeah.
engineers like done that. That's just Mother Nature,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and like, there's been times where we've been to Pleasure Beach and there's been quite a lot closed, and it has been due to weather. And people will still say, "Oh, well, the operations are rubbish." It's like, well, not really. Like, there's nothing they can do. It is like gale force winds.
Yeah.
That's not bad operations. That's just like Mother Nature and a bad day you've chosen to go there. Like, there's still other things available for you to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm I feel like opening weekend will be somewhere in the middle of what 2024 was like and what 2025 was like. I don't think it's going to be the perfect start to the season, but I don't think it'll be like 2024 either. I honestly think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. The thing that annoyed me the most about 2024 was, and I think I've openly discussed this with Pleasure Beach, so I'm not just being critical for the sake of it, was the lack of communication before it about all the to be honest, it was more the mix-up in communication of the fact that there was the competition to go on the big one as first riders, but then it was put on the website on the Friday night that big one wouldn't be open. But then on the Saturday morning, they started testing it whilst everyone was stood at Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
And then all day on the Sunday tested it, but they never opened it. And it just, I feel like that was a really bad way to start the season. But I felt like in 2025, they learnt so much from what went wrong in 2024 and they fixed it.
Yeah.
But I hope that we don't end up back to a 2024 situation. But I'm confident that if stuff is going to be closed, that they will tell people beforehand. I'm certain
I
of
hope
it.
so. I hope so. And like, I'm thinking back to that specific opening day that you're on about there, and I am sure the engineers were doing everything they could to try and get that ride open.
Oh, I remember.
But the thing is, because it was being a what can I politely call it? Basically, it was being troublesome, and unfortunately, some rides after winter are troublesome. I know with 13, for instance, one thing we used to do with 13 was actually we'd power it up once a week and run it for maybe an hour, just to get everything cycling and moving. And that actually helped us with the pre-season getting the ride up and going. We didn't have issues with like motors tripping out, sensor issues, electrical problems. It really eliminated a lot of that, particularly with the motor gearboxes. We didn't really have any issues with any problems with those, which is brilliant. I don't know whether many other parks do that kind of thing. Obviously, if you're doing major work like on I'm going back to 13. I'm sorry, guys. I know you're probably bored of hearing about 13, but the hydraulic ram, if you're doing work on that, then obviously it's not going to go anywhere. Like there's nothing you can do. You can't send a train with no drop track working. But yeah, I think that getting that bit of movement well in advance before your opening gives you that time to kind of fault find these problems before you start loading people on. But there are times where you can do, like we've had like in the past. This is just my experience. We had Rita really early one year, and we did all our testing, and then on opening day it just said no, just flat out just.
It can happen though, can't it? That's the issue.
Yeah, it's just look at the draw, like like we've put staff on it. It's been running for weeks, and then it's just you get to opening day, first train of the season, it's like.
Yeah,
it just happens, and if it's not a part you have or a difficult part, it can sometimes take a few days to get it right. So and I can tell you now, none of the staff want that to happen, not the park doesn't want that to happen, and the engineers don't want that to happen.
No, absolutely not. I just we'll see how it goes. I guess the one thing that I think that we need to remember when we're vlogging is that if it goes wrong, we'll probably be back in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or like 3 weeks, and we've got season passes, and we can go back and we could do stuff as much as we want, whenever we want, really. So I think I still think that the 2024 opening day vlog was one of the funniest we ever did, because even though it didn't go well at Pleasure Beach, we made a bit of a laugh and a joke about it more than actually being nasty about it. We were obviously a little bit frustrated with some of the issues, but we did have a laugh.
It was quite funny, to be fair.
Yeah,
It's like the thing is, it's when you start getting stuff breaking down that doesn't normally break down, even in like bad weather or
yeah,
and it's like, really?
yeah,
This is down? How?
yeah.
But that kind of added to the comedy of it all, didn't it? So, you know. But like, like I say, these things happen. These things happen. And to be fair, if I remember right, the second day was a hell of a lot better than the first day. So,
Yeah, it was.
even though I don't think we got the big one, but like, again,
No, because that was the
the issue with that is that if there is a problem like that with a ride just before opening, and you haven't had the chance to get the team trained and assessed and fully ticked off on the ride, then you could easily reach opening day and you're now running that ride in front of the public just to get people trained up. And
yeah.
I have a feeling that's what might have happened that weekend, which is why it was running all on the Sunday. And the thing is, like, as much as safety comes first, if you don't know what's going on, you can be like, well, why is that running with? Well, I want to go on it, not knowing that it's still not at that point of being safe for people to go on.
I just remember watching from the Big Blue. Like my room was looking straight out to the big. Like I could see the Big One station, and I could see the shut doors that should have been up, but they were down. And I was just there going, "Yeah, that's not moved all day." I was like, I'm not confident that's going to open tomorrow. And then all day it was just literally the doors would open and you'd be like, right, it's going to test, and then they close, and then they don't, and it's like it's just not going to go around today. And then the doors went down at like 4 o'clock, and then the whole Pleasure Beach just fell silent. It's like everyone's gone home. It's not going to open tomorrow. So it was just like, oh dear. And,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully next Friday we'll see a bit more action with the big.
Yeah, hopefully. Like I say, we won't know until we get there, will we? So, fingers crossed. Let's hope for a good one.
Keith Black says, "Do you want me to bring my subtitles
Yes,
machine down for you?" Yes, please, Keith.
100%.
Absolutely. Do you think it's worth staying in the Big Blue Hotel? Well, there is a vlog on the channel of the Big Blue from 2024, so I would say at this point I would totally recommend checking it out once the live stream's finished. What I am going to put on screen, Steve, is something that I went to Blackpool to try and see the other day. If you just bear with me, this footage that's coming up now is from 2022, and it's what happens with the Big Dipper when they test it on for the first time. So it actually goes round the track with one carriage.
Oh, really?
Rather than a full train. Yeah. So I went to Pleasure Beach on Wednesday to have a nosy from the outside because I was just doing nothing anyway, to just go and see if it'd be testing. And
well, I'm just watching it now. Everyone in the chat's already seen it. There's a delayed reaction from Steve.
Yeah, they probably have seen it at this point. But yeah, I went on Wednesday. Some
speed on it, hasn't it?
And I was hoping that I'd see this again. And when I got there, it was started. But I don't think it made it round the full way on the first time. And it didn't go round again at all. So unfortunately, I missed it. Because I think they actually ended up doing it on the Thursday, which I couldn't get up there for. So I was quite disappointed to have missed it. Hopefully next year I'll be able to film it because that footage that I've just put on screen is quite old. But yeah, it really is fascinating to watch, like the one carriage going around on Big Dipper. I'd actually like to have a go on it. I think it'd be quite funny.
Yeah, it would, it'd be strange. I imagine it's a bit slow, towards the end. But I was amazed at how quickly it kept up its speed going over the first few hills. Like that was quite interesting. But I did notice that they had to give it a push there towards the end of the ride, towards the end of the video clip. But yeah, that's just really interesting to see. Do you reckon they might turn it into a Wild Mouse-like experience? Lots of single cars going around.
They do it on. They do it on what's the name as well. Nickelodeon Streak, but I don't know if they do it on the Grand National, so if anyone could confirm or deny that knows, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. I don't know if it'd work on the National, to be honest. I'm not sure how well it'd work, but it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know what they do on the National, to be fair. Did he do the same on Nickelodeon, did you say?
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
Yeah,
oh, cool. Okay, oh, cool. Oh, I think it's
it'd
they
be
are
funny
bigger
if you.
cars though, aren't they? On those, like
Yeah,
the 4 rows rather than the 3 rows on the Nash. So
yeah.
yeah,
It'd be interesting if you could do back row for the full experience, and they have to sit in the third row.
yeah, that's true.
So we've been asked a few times about disability access at Pleasure Beach in the comments, and Pleasure Beach do offer something called Easy Pass. Um, I'll be honest, I don't know the full ins and outs of this. To be honest, it's not a system I've used, and it's not something I'm familiar with. But I think if you Google Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort accessibility, all the information will be on Pleasure Beach's website. I would love to offer more advice and information on it, but I genuinely can't because I don't know any more about it. So I'm going to move on now to, how long have we been going? Half an hour?
Yeah,
And
I'm just
all we've done
gonna.
is talk about pleasure. Oh, you've got to go and answer the door, haven't you?
I was gonna say, in if sometime between now and 8 o'clock, my doorbell is going to go, and I will have to break off for just a couple of minutes. So I do apologise in advance if I dash off.
You're not going to come back with like a wig on or something, are you? And just be confusing everyone.
You know what? I wish I had me Alan Grant hat. That would have been good.
Yeah,
But,
you need to dig that
well,
out.
I do.
I think next time you do a live stream, you need to come kitted out in your Jurassic Park outfit.
Okay, so go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to talk about Alton Towers and ask for your opinion on the competition to work for free and paint corkscrew. I don't think you were expecting me to put it like that, were you?
To be fair, I know very little about this, but I did see it pop up on Facebook, and the comments weren't very friendly towards like the annual pass group that I think it was posted in. Now I kind of get it, like people do like to do things in the park, but I just think that it's a really strange one to do. I don't want to be too harsh, but I'm just going to go out there and say it. But why would you like when you're painting like stuff? You just paint it, don't you? It should have been
Yeah.
painted years ago. And no, I didn't order a takeaway. I've got a friend coming to see me,
Shit.
a very good friend. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know why they don't just paint it anyway and be like, here's a nice new painted thing.
What colour do you want them to repaint it? Yellow.
Tommy knows. You know what? I think going traditional corkscrew colours would have been great.
Yeah, you seen the live chat now. I'm just being silly.
I know.
I want to say speedy recovery to Jonathan Dowie, who was watching from the hospital.
To be fair, anyone who brings me a pizza is a very good friend.
No, too much cheese. Too much cheese.
Sorry.
My opinion is, I used to be a paint inspector at a well-known car manufacturer, so I can tell you that watching paint dry is not the most fun thing to do. But I'm sure some people will be absolutely delighted to go and paint corkscrew and basically work for Towers for free for the day.
Yeah.
For me, I've got better things to be doing, but I'm sure many people will be happy with it. I'm sure lots of people that are complaining about it will still apply to do it. It's just the way it goes. We'll move on to Bluey Coaster.
Oh, just before Bluey, just want to say to Jonathan Dowie, I hope you get better soon.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
So Bluey Coaster. So I saw the test run for it. On
Were you
YouTube,
there filming
last week or the week before?
Were you there filming it, all excited?
I wasn't there filming it all excited, but it did go. It come up on my Facebook, and my engineering cap came on, and I was like, "Hang on a second, why is the final break not long enough for the entire train?" All I'm going to say is that that's going to be a nightmare when that inevitably does get stuck there.
I can't wait.
They'll be building the scaffold towers or whatnot to try and get people off the back car. Like, how did this happen?
Well, someone will get some fantastic footage that day, won't they?
Well, yeah, it's going to happen. I've called it, unless they're doing more stuff to it. But like looking at that, I was like, wow, okay. Need to get some steel contractors in and extend that platform a bit longer. So
So,
apart from the significant design flaw, I think it looks okay for a kids coaster. Like it's a nice long train, lots of capacity. I think it's going to be a good shout because the issue with Octonauts, it's only a small train. It only takes like I can't remember how many people. It's not a lot though.
about 8,
Gets big
isn't it?
queues.
Feels
Had an
like it's
80-minute
only...
queue last week, didn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I have a hot take on this Bluey coaster, and it's probably going to get
Yeah.
me in some trouble. So, but we've not had a cancel attempt for a while, so I'm just going to say it.
Hmm.
Adults shouldn't be allowed to ride it unless they got a child with them in the first year. I'm sorry.
Okay. But that
Right, as a parent, I can't imagine it being much fun queuing with an excited 7-year-old, nearly 8, going on the Bluey coaster for the first time and surrounded by roller coaster enthusiasts who want that credit. I get it. We
yeah.
all want a cred. A cred is a cred. But we've got to think about all the families that are going to be so excited to ride this coaster on the 28th of March, and it's just going to be full of adults. And so many
Yeah.
people that don't understand that coaster credits is a thing, vlogging roller coasters is a thing, and they're going to be like, why on earth are all these adults
Yeah.
in this queue? But
Yeah.
on the
It's
flip side of it, the kids who want to go on this roller coaster that might be a little bit nervous about riding this roller coaster, they might turn around to the parents and go, why am I going on an adult's roller coaster? They might be looking at it going, there's no other children in the queue. Like, why am I
yeah.
in the queue for it? That's what they might be thinking. So I'm a
Yeah.
little bit concerned that it's going to ruin people's day when they turn up and Bluey Coaster's got a 4 hour queue and it's
Yeah.
90% roller coaster enthusiasts queuing for it.
It's not the first time that towers have put a restriction like this in though, where
They
adults
need
can't
to.
go on the ride. So if you remember back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory opening, you needed a child to be able to go on that ride. I think it was only for the first few weeks it opened, but that was a
Yeah.
restriction they put in place. I don't know if it needs it for the long term, but I think it should be something in place on opening day.
Yeah.
Especially
I think,
if you've got a child who really likes Bluey, then you want to be able to take them on board without, like you say, loads of coaster enthusiasts being there. So
well,
it is a tricky one because how do you like judge people? Because there are people out there who may not understand why they can't ride it. If you put that restriction in, it can cause
because
a
you're
bit
an
of
adult.
conflict.
Because you're an adult. Go and ride a
Yeah, I
roller
know, but
coaster
there
that's
are
for
there
you.
are. As a someone who's been an operator on a kids ride that doesn't always float. Unfortunately,
Well, I'm
there's
sorry,
some.
Steve. I've got 2 words. Tough shit. I'm sorry, but honestly,
Yeah, but
you've
like
got Nemesis
what I'm saying
Reborn.
is
It's
that
never got a queue. Go and ride it. You all
what,
wanted it
what I'm
back.
saying is that like I don't think it should be up to the ride operators to decide who can and can't ride. It should definitely be up to towers themselves and have someone there policing that at the entrance.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
fine with it. You know what? Have a manager or a supervisor, an ambassador just stood there because at the end of the day, it should be, in my opinion, one child, 2 parent ratio or 2 adult ratio. Sorry, it might not. It might be a parent and a guardian, but it should be one child, two adult ratio. And if you've not got a child, you should not be able to join the queue. And for I don't know, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months. I don't know. I just don't.
well, it depends how
As a
busy it is, doesn't it?
parent,
'Cause
when
I don't
when
think
we
it'll be that busy for that long in that area because it is a
well no,
it's got a fair bit of capacity to it. So I don't think it's going to be crazy busy.
yeah,
I don't know.
getting
Maybe I'm
told off by
being
Mark here.
Are you?
It's after 7:30. It's fine. Don't panic. Not a family channel. It's just I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
It's yeah, I agree. Cameras should be banned from CBeebies. Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
against that either. I really, I'll be honest. I just think that like when I've queued for a roller coaster with Charlie, my son, or a ride, and he's a little bit nervous, quite often I'll say to him, "Look, there's other people your size riding this roller coaster or ride. This roller coaster is for you. You are the target audience." And sometimes that helps reassure him. Whereas if we're in the queue for the Bluey coaster and he's maybe a bit nervous about it, and there's just adults everywhere, he's going to think he's queuing for something like the Grand National or something.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, it's just, yeah. I just think it's ridiculous. It should be, if the Bluey coaster is going to be busy, which it will be, it should be parents or guardians or older brothers or whatever, older sisters, siblings with the target audience. Because let's be honest, Bluey, as funny as it is when you watch it with your child, we are not the target audience for a Bluey roller coaster.
No. Well, to be fair, I'm not interested in like kids coasters anyway. So I know people say cred's a cred, but like I kind of know that's not going to be Honda, is it? You know, that's not going to be Velocicoaster. No. That's not going to be Gotham City. So I'm not really interested. No. If that makes sense. Like it just doesn't make me want to go on it just because it's a roller coaster. Like I know there are people who are watching who are very much like credit chasers, and I'm not trying to offend you in any way. If you just want to tick that box, that's fine. But I'm always with it. It's more about the quality than the quantity. High quality creds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's wrong that, you know, if that does turn out the way you're saying it could potentially turn out with just full of adults and very few children getting to experience a kids coaster, then that's just really disappointing. And like I don't know how it's going to pan out. I don't really know much about Bluey and that, so like maybe I do,
unfortunately.
Maybe I don't understand it, but you know, I can't see it. Like I don't know why you'd have a load of adults queuing for a kids coaster anyway. But to be fair, judging by how much I've seen on social media, you know, maybe that is going to happen. Exactly what you said with people
100%. I guarantee it, and I guarantee on the 28th of March, if we were to go to Towers, I guarantee if you stood on Tower Street, it'd be floods of adults running to see BB's Land, knocking kids over, probably like pushing them out of the way so they could be on the first train and get the first TikTok and first off-ride video on.
To Tatis.
Don't mention that. Mark Rides is in the chat. He might get PTSD from that moment.
It wasn't the best crowd control experience I had. I abandoned it. I was like, I won't go. Get out with this. It was carnage. But surely that wouldn't happen for Bluey Coaster.
It will.
I hope not. Well, you know what? You know what's good for me and you, mate? We'll go and enjoy some rides with no queue then. Because if everyone's going to be down Bluey, then we'll go and do some other things.
Yeah, exactly. How many parents be offering their kids to adults to ride Bluey? Well, they shouldn't be. There's many reasons why that shouldn't happen, Keith. Many, many reasons. Like, seriously, I'm glad Mark got onto Tatis in the end, changing the subject very quickly.
Oh, awesome. Good stuff. I'm glad you got on it.
It is a quality coaster, definitely.
It is good. To be fair, the technology behind that fast switch track is like amazing.
Yeah, definitely. So there has been a question in the chat about river caves, about whether it'll open this year. No, I don't think so. Next year, jury's out. I'd like to see it return, but I'm not convinced it will do next year. I really don't know though. I genuinely don't know. I would like to see it return. I think it's a Pleasure Beach staple. It's one of the oldest rides in the world when it's operational. It just needs seat backs though. If it does reopen, I really don't want to be clinging on for dear life to try and make sure I don't just roll backwards into the boat on that little lift hill at the end. I always feel like I'm fighting for my life when I'm on the river caves. Like when you're going up the lift hill, you're like trying to hold on like this really tightly onto that little bar.
Well, we did kill it.
Yeah, you did. I'm blaming you for that. That was on that ill-fated opening weekend, wasn't it? It was 2024 again.
Yeah, we terminated it. But I would love to see something done sooner rather than later with River Caves. I do agree that this year probably isn't the year for River Caves.
No.
Especially with Evictus opening. But hopefully something next year. I'd like to see something happening with it, or at least a decision made with it, whether they're going to proceed with doing something with it, or maybe even putting something new in there. I don't know what they'd put in, but you know, doesn't necessarily have to be a boat ride. You could quite easily probably turn it into some kind of dark ride. So yeah,
Yeah, the
the
complication.
Domino's hasn't arrived now. You're just going to see me like the second half of this, just be scoffing the pizza.
Yeah, literally. Like if I could add anything else to overlay it, I'd just start getting photos of Domino's and just randomly putting them on the live stream. But I'm
Oh gosh, not that. You know when we went Madrid, and there's that massive.
Yeah, familiar pizza.
The Breaking Bad pizza. That's what that was. It was huge.
Yeah.
Took up an entire roof. You could have made a house under it. It was that big.
I need to try and find that photo now. You've given me a thought now. So, Steve, I'm going to let you pick up on the comments and do some talking while I just try and find something.
Okay, right.
I'm trying to find something here for everybody's amusement, so bear with me.
They had a familiar pizza. I was very familiar by the time I finished it.
Yeah, you were.
Talking food. What favorite place to have food at Pleasure Beach? Ooh, well, I'm trying to think now. This isn't even a question that popped up in the chat. I'm just hungry, apparently. To be fair, I think that the pizza kitchen was really good last year. For most of the year, there were the odd days where it maybe dipped a bit, but overall, I'd say that was a good place to go to. I actually went to the place under Flying Machines quite a lot.
Ice Lounge.
Yeah, Ice Lounge for like paninis and stuff last year. They were good. The only issue is that it does get quite busy in there, especially when it's the only place open.
Yeah, definitely.
Being harsh. To be fair, I actually think the Pleasure Beach's food offering's better than Towers by a long shot.
Well, come on, it's not difficult, is
as
it?
well. Oh yeah, the Magnolia Cafe, that was amazing, wasn't it? I used to go in there all the time.
You did?
It was a really good place to go in the dry, and you could see like the river caves and the gold mine just going by. It was just a really nice, relaxing. There was a bar in there as well, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It had a fruit machine in there, because I remember there was someone who used to hang around with us who was addicted to it.
Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna have to keep talking for me. I'm trying to find something that's gonna make people laugh. I'm sorry.
Oh no, not this familiar pizza.
Yeah, definitely the familiar pizza. Oh dear. I'm not having much luck setting this up.
To be fair, oh gosh, the hot dogs from the issue with them like hot dogs and fish and chips and whatnot from that top bit. Oh dear, what?
Yeah, bit of a problem there. Sorry. It'll be worth it when it loads. I've never done this before. Live editing a photo.
But if you're at that buying fusion where there's like outlets, the thing is like I probably wouldn't mind getting stuff in there. But the thing is, you buy it and then it gets eaten by a flying evil thing.
Yeah. I'm going to try this again now. I'm going to try and get this.
Now let's zoom in nice and close on that.
There it is. Look at that. Look at that for a pizza. There you go. Steve's got his pizza, everyone.
I can't see because there's a delay still, because we're talking now. I can't see what that is. But is it me looking defeated, or is it me getting the pizza?
No, it's you getting the pizza. Would people like to see...
It was madness. Never let Scott order a pizza for you.
Yeah. There it is. It's coming up now. Sorry, it's not the best editing. I am trying to do it live whilst watching the comments as well. But yeah, he was quite happy with that pizza. People need to let me know in the comments if they'd like to see me failing to try and put another photo up of Steve defeated by the pizza. So I might try that shortly. So, yeah.
Gosh, yeah, that was a pizza and a half. That was.
Yeah, it was. Bentley's chippy. Well, I was all right with Bentley's chippy until things happened last year where it was a little bit bad. Like, not the actual chippy, but the behaviour of people in and around the area was quite bad. So I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, it was problematic. So we've not really
yeah, I
been there
do.
much. But
I do remember that, and yeah, it was a bit weird. So
yeah, it was. So
why
back on
does someone
track.
want me to have a beard? They've said it loads. I don't think I'd suit a beard.
No, maybe we need Chat GPT to give you a beard.
To be fair, like the trying to think of who could be Santa. I don't know. I don't know who has a good. There's who has a decent beard. I did a really good one of me from as Bruce Willis from Die Hard like a few weeks ago in the ventilation thing. That was quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to attempt to put this pizza photo up because it might I might put it online and it might just be the bit where you've got your hands on your head looking all distraught and defeated. But where is your new pizza? That's what you. Where is your chippy guy?
It depends on the train, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
Um,
River Caves 2027, New Coaster
yeah.
2028. Thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, no, I think that'd be good. Like, I, I feel like the UK in general doesn't really. We're not really getting the high end tier coasters that everywhere else in the world is getting at the moment, which is
No.
shocking for like the amount of parks we have and particularly how many high end parks we have or deemed to be high end parks. They seem to have the most stagnant thrill ride offering out there. If anything, I'd
Yes.
say the thrill ride offering is actually decreasing as time
Yeah.
goes on,
Well, we
which
did a
is a real
podcast
shame.
about that, didn't we? I think we did a
Yeah,
podcast
yeah,
about that at the end of 2024 that this country just lacks thrill coasters. But also,
yeah,
what's interesting is when you read the comments about Evictus and people are moaning that it's got lap bars, it just
yeah,
shows
yeah,
how far behind this country is as far as
yeah,
new
yeah,
rides go. Because
yeah,
like lap bar restraints on new coasters, new flat rides is quite normal everywhere in the world. But here, it's just deemed as this big unacceptable thing. And it's like literally I don't understand why the coaster at Poulton's Park has got over the head restraints. I think it's Draken. I just don't think it's a good idea. I really don't.
yeah. Because they've gone for the standard restraints, haven't they?
Yeah. So are you getting your
Um,
pizza there?
no, no. I was just checking my phone to see if I've had a message about the pizza. Um, but yeah, I think that I'm surprised that they haven't gone for the lap bar restraints just to be different.
Yeah.
And they've gone for the over the shoulder restraints. Big shame, but like I suppose at least Paultons are actually trying to get out there into the frill market. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll get a big success. And then once they've had that taste of success, maybe they're going to start adding more frill in. I know they've kind of been going a little bit more and a little bit more each time with Storm Chaser. They've
Yeah.
got a gyro there, although
Yeah.
their gyro is not as good as the one we're getting in Pleasure Beach.
Agreed.
Um, I think that having this new Eurofighter is going to be absolutely fantastic for them, even though it's not quite what I would have wanted. I feel like we've got enough Eurofighters in this country. It would have been great if they'd gone for one of these smaller, um, like, oh, I don't know where, like, that Sandy's Blast coaster that's at that Nickelodeon place, like a
Yeah, I
small
think so.
Intamin coaster, something like that. I think would have been quite quirky or fun. Obviously, they've got capacity issues with that because it's only one train, but I just think something like that would have been a bit more punchy for them. But
Yeah.
like I suppose a Eurofighter, it'll do, I guess. I would have liked something different.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll see what photo I put over on there in a minute.
Oh gosh,
I'm just messing about with
I
stuff
didn't
now.
finish it. I didn't finish it.
No. I think Poulton's Park, there it is, it's popped up now. That was Steve when he failed to eat his pizza. But yeah, I think Poulton's Park is an interesting one. I feel like they're going to try and push the thrill ride market a little bit more without going too far. Like, I don't think we're
Yeah,
going to see them building something like Hyperia or the big one or Icon. but I can certainly see them going down like the route that they're going with, maybe something like Gold Rush at Drayton Manor, or just general sort of more thrilling coasters, but not going too far that they completely ruin their target audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it'll
I
be
just
interesting to
saw
see.
a comment about I just saw Universal opening. I assume it's on about Bedford. I've not read the whole thing, but
Where we're
one of
looking
my
at.
big worries about Universal Bedford at the moment is seeing. And I don't want to be too harsh to because I don't know these people like personally or anything, but there's a lot of creative people going in there who have a lot of Merlin background, and that
Same,
scares me a little bit.
same.
Um, like because they've had it forced into them, like make a thrilling experience out of family rides or
Yeah,
kids rides, and I really don't want that to be the base of Universal Bedford at all. I'm hoping that the plans are already kind of concrete, so there's very little creativity needed at this point. But that's just a bit of a concern I've kind of got with that project at the moment. But fingers
yeah, I
crossed it
agree.
remains fantastic. Universal have done great jobs with everywhere else they've done. The only weak park that I've been to Universal's probably Studios now. But even back in the day, that was fantastic. So
But
I'm just
would you
hoping
say would you say Epic Universe is epic though?
I
Honestly,
would. I,
you
I
would.
honestly really like Epic Universe because I think the only thing that I'll probably change about it, there's two rides that I'd change, and that's the Donkey Kong coaster because I think
That
it's
was
a
a
it
bad
was a, it was a
choice.
bad choice for a park that's that busy. Like it's a great ride, don't get me wrong, I love the ride, but like the queuing experience and the slow queues is a bit of a little bit of a problem. But like then the Curse of the Werewolf, I think you wouldn't really need much doing to that to make that decent.
No,
Like the first thing you could do is just get a locker
remove it.
system and remove all the fencing around it because it really destroys that area because it's such an immersive area, and then it looks like a sports complex because
Yeah, it
the
does.
amount of
It is
netting
like a.
around it.
It is literally a basketball court with a roller coaster in it. The thing that concerns me about, like, I'm cautiously optimistic about Universal, and I definitely can't get excited about some mud being moved around. There's absolutely no danger of me driving down there and filming them shoveling mud at this point. I'll go and have a look when the vertical construction starts, but
Yeah.
I've got no, I've not got it in me to go and watch them moving some mud at this point.
Yeah, you're
And
gonna have at least like a couple of years of just
yeah,
mud being moved now. So yeah, just I wouldn't be too keen on. Well, I wouldn't be too stressed about getting there like
no,
as a urgent thing.
absolutely not. But my cautious optimism with Universal in the UK is they're not fighting with Disney here.
Yeah,
They don't have to have Disney standards or their Orlando standards because they've not got that level of competition when they get here. Like they're not going to be dealing with that level of competition where when they've put in Epic Universe, they know what they're fighting with. They're fighting with two of their own parks. They're fighting with all of the Disney stuff, Busch Gardens. I'll even say SeaWorld because it's on the doorstep of Epic. They're fighting with all these parks right on their doorstep, whereas here they're coming into an industry that is lacking in anything modern, really, other than the odd few
yeah,
things here and there that have gone in. And now,
yeah.
unless Merlin pull their finger out and invest
Mm,
massively across their parks in the next 5 years, Universal are not coming to massive competition. And I
yeah,
also do not think they will charge Orlando prices here. It won't happen. They'll look
yeah,
at what gets charged here and they'll charge similar.
yeah. And the thing is, like you've also got like particularly with the Merlin. I'm sorry to bring it back to Merlin, but they are the biggest operator of parks in the UK. The their last major investment, really, in my opinion, at Alton Towers, their premier park in the world, was the Smiler 13 years ago.
Yeah, and only one
And
big
it's
investment at Thorpe since, what, 10 years ago. Darren
yeah,
Brown's cost a fortune, but it
yeah.
was such a waste of money,
And the
really.
thing is, these are aged coasters now. Even like 13's like an aged coaster. Oh,
Yeah,
my doorbell has just triggered, so I'll just be a few moments.
alright, okay. His pizza has arrived. He's gone. I guess I'm kind of talking to myself now, in terms of looking at the camera. But yeah, Universal UK. I'm obviously excited about what they do with it, but I'm also cautiously optimistic because my concern with it is the competition. They don't have to go up to those high levels that they've got in Orlando because they don't have that same competition. But maybe I'm not giving them enough credit. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what everyone's thinking. Are you laughing at the pizza comments? What are people expecting from Universal UK? Are you expecting similar to what you see in Florida or California or elsewhere, or are you expecting something more on the level of what we get in the UK? I hope they don't lower the standards, but they don't have to go to Islands of Adventure, Epic Universe levels to be the best park here. Not even close. He's back. You got your pizza?
Pizza's arrived.
Pizza's arrived.
The pizza has arrived.
Excellent. So what rides do you think Universal are likely to build here? One from Intamin, one from Mac. I think they'll just go through the catalogues and just take the best of everything, really, and it's just we'll just go from there.
Yeah, like I would love to see one of the dark rides like we've got on Harry Potter Forbidden Journey and it's gone from my head, but Monsters Unchained, because they are fantastic ride systems.
Yeah, they are. Monsters Unchained is good. Yes, that's the good thing. It was interesting actually. I got sent a photo from Epic the other day, and Monsters Unchained had a ridiculously long queue. Like it went into the extension bit that we didn't even see when we were there. I was just like, wow, it must have been busy that day. I'm glad we didn't queue that.
Yeah, because there is actually when I was there in September, the outdoor queue was actually open. We never saw that once when I was with you. We were just inside the building all the time. But there's actually, when you go through, there's a full, very well themed outside queue line that I didn't know about.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, isn't it? But I believe they were queuing in that. I honestly don't think we're going to see it like Orlando levels of theme park when they come here. But I do think it'll be the best in the country. But I am worried that they'll focus more on family than thrill. I feel like there needs to be a wide mix of everything, like they've done elsewhere. I think we'll get a lot of dart rides, because obviously they want to be a 365 park, so they're going to need dart rides in this country. I mean, this year we've not stopped raining yet, have we? We're nearly into the third month of the year, and we've not seen a day without rain yet.
To be fair, I was looking at my weather forecast, and it was just rain for like the next 10 days. So.
Yeah, gonna need a wetsuit on opening day at Pleasure Beach, especially when we go on Valhalla to end the day. Are we doing Valhalla opening day? Full experience. No ponchos.
Depends how many likes, isn't it?
Yeah. We can't preempt likes on a video, can we? People might not enjoy it and switch it off. Here we go,
right? If we sell 10 of these.
Yeah, right.
If we sell 10 of these, I'll go on Valhalla on opening day. There you go. Get yourself on the website and buy some mugs. They're really good mugs. The brew tastes better in them as well.
Yeah, I'll send you a $5 for that later. Chat, I think so everyone thinks you've gone for pepperoni.
Everyone's going to be disappointed because there is no pizza. There's no food. I'm actually going to get food after the live, so...
Yeah, what are you going for? Pizza?
I don't know, because I've got to drive to get anywhere from here. So it's what's going to be open is going to be the problem. So it may end up being a Mackey's.
Yes. I think we might go for Mackey's later, to be fair, as well. It's got to be
Mackey's
done.
will be open, so...
Yeah, don't you have to drive about 3 hours to a McDonald's, considering you don't live in a civilised area?
Yeah, I do live in the middle of nowhere now, but it's about, the nearest one's about half an hour drive.
Half an hour drive to a Mackey's? Wow. It used to be like that for me in like 2008 when I passed my driving test.
Well, yeah.
The closest 24-hour Mackey's back when I passed my driving test was UTOX. I basically had to drive to Alton Towers from McDonald's after like 6 o'clock.
The issue I have is that, like, when I if I go to like where the Mackey's is, I haven't got to drive far and I can see Blackpool Pleasure Beach across the
Yeah.
sea, and it's like, you know what? If I had a hovercraft, I could be there in 10 minutes, but I don't, so it's an hour and a half drive.
Is there a monk? Is there a monk's walk at Universal? Well, probably. There'll be a lot of drone footage of it. That's for sure. That's the
I think
thing.
there is like a pathway, isn't there, that people are using at the moment? I believe I
Yeah,
see a bit every now and again on it. So
yeah. The snipers will be there soon. They'll let everyone take photos and stuff of the mud. We've got some chaos going on in the chat. I'm just going to deal with that. Bear with me. Moderators are doing a great job, but put user on timeout 24 hours. I'm sorry. Right, Steve, I'll be back. You're on your own for a minute.
oh, am I? Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah. It's alright, I'm coming back. I know you
Oh, you're
can't
back now,
cope.
are you?
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about. The chat has moved down significantly, unfortunately. So
Yeah, but
um,
pizza with extra pineapple. Went to the road at Kempston Hardwick Station. Yeah, Mark rides in the chat. You can tell us what it's like to go and have a look at Universal. You must know. Like, you've mentioned you live near it many a time. Seen at Towers content creator program is finished after a bit of a mess. What do you make of Fantasy Island now opening a content creator program? Well, they've had it for a while. It's not like the Alton Towers. I'm just laughing at the pizza comment. It's getting out of hand now, isn't it? Yeah, just. I need to start reading the comments. It's making me laugh. I don't actually know why that guy's comments were deleted, but the moderators have done a great job. But that person has now been banned. If someone could let me know one of the mods what was going on there in a bit, that'd be great. But yeah, well, what was I saying? Fantasy Island. They've had a content creator program for a while. They just don't expect people to wear it as a badge of honour, and they just kind of let people get on with it. I think they've been doing it since 2023, if I remember rightly, and it's pretty good. You get on-ride filming permission, you get complimentary tickets and wristbands. You are not expected to arse kiss them. They just want honesty and professionalism. So if you go there and have a pretty rubbish day, as long as you are fair, they're not going to be like, right, you can never come back. Because there was an instance where we went a couple of years ago when we were on part of the content creator thing, and we've got wristbands, we've got permission to film on the rides, and we got there, and literally we pulled up into the car park and we got an email to say basically half of the park was closed, and we were like, oh, fantastic. But we still made a vlog and we just got on with it. And that was actually the last time I went there. And Steve, I know you're probably like, oh God, we're going here soon. But hopefully things will go a little bit better.
yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to Fantasy Island. It was 2012 or 2013. So
Yeah,
this was before Bella's took it on. Like
yeah,
it was towards the end of like the old owners of Fantasy Island, and it showed really badly. To be fair, that the park was looking incredibly run down. I didn't particularly feel very safe
no.
on the rides, and that's a really harsh thing to say. But unfortunately, that's what I was thinking, because there were roller coasters running with no restraints.
Oh,
Like,
oh dear.
yeah, it was bad. I've never seen that anywhere else in the world. So
Yeah,
it just had that like we're about to go bust feel.
yeah, it did.
And that was on Odyssey, to be fair. That was running with like harnesses missing. So it was. I was more worried that if someone sat on the seat, or just a lapse of concentration, and that could
Yeah,
be like a very bad day for someone. So, um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks now. I don't know how. I believe it's Mellors now, isn't it? Who
yeah.
run it, and so it'd be interesting to see what they do. I believe they've just taken on Light Water Valley as well.
Yes, they have.
So again, that might be even worth a shout, potentially visiting that at some
I
point in the
think
near
so.
future. I don't know whether the thing is like there are adding a few thrill things there, so they might just need a bit of support to kind of get them off the ground. So if
Yeah,
you've never been to like Water Valley, it might be worth you just checking out. I know it's only traveling rides that they're putting in, but It's in a really nice setting if you've never been before. It's a shame the Ultimate's not there because the Ultimate was a fantastic ride. I greatly missed that ride. It was one of the best coasters in the country. And I know people laugh, but like, it genuinely was a fantastic coaster. It was such a contrast to the first half of the ride and the second half of the ride. The first half of the ride kind of made you a bit relaxed and go, "Oh, this isn't that bad," and the
Yeah,
second half was brutal. So
yeah, it was. I only ever went
airtime on
to
straight track. It's like how?
yeah, I only ever went to Lightwater Valley once. We
Yeah,
had had an event there,
yeah,
2013, I want to say. Um,
yeah,
Scorching hot day. It was a fantastic day. Um, we had we had a real laugh there. I think we did agreed with the park to do an ultimate ERT, and then when it came to doing it, they were like, "Oh, it's one ride and that's it." And we were kind of like a little bit like, "Oh, I thought we were getting an ERT." And then I think there'd been some sort of miscommunication because then we did end up getting an ERT, and it just because there wasn't any faffing, the whole group fit on the train because the train was that long. And this is going back to the days when our events were quite small in terms of numbers, and it was just so funny because we were just sending it and sending it and sending it, and it was getting warmer and warmer and warmer on the wheels of it, and it was just getting more and more raucous. My knees were battered by the end of it, but it was such a fun experience. But like Water Valley, and maybe I should have supported it more when it was open, but I never felt compelled to go back. I never felt like I needed to go back because after that visit that we did, they just started removing more and more and more stuff, and it was just like there's no
yeah,
reason to go. Whereas now they're
yeah.
back
Like
open,
the frill was mothballed, and it had been getting like the smaller and smaller part for many years. So, like in its last few years of operation, like I don't blame a lot of people for not going, but it's a shame because that was a park that had a lot of potential going for it. It's quite a big
yeah,
park. There's a lot of opportunity there. It just never really found its footing.
yeah. So I think at some point, I'm sure, obviously next week when we get a chance to catch up in person and plan stuff, I'm sure we'll plan in a Lightwater Valley day, and maybe we go when we go to Flamingo Land because they're only like an hour apart, so it's probably the best time to do them. But at the same time, saying that, I would like to kind of support Lightwater Valley when they open on opening weekend if possible because they're going to need all the support they can get. They're having a massive change of direction because they went to just being a family like under sixes park basically, and now they're saying yeah we've got thrill rides again. So I think it's a great choice. You've got to cater for everyone. Um, so if they've got those family rides still and they've got thrill rides, then they're doing it right. And to be fair to Fantasy Island, it's never going to be the best park in this country, but when you go there and everything's open, you can have a really good day, and it has a very different feel to it to most other places in this country. But you can have a really fun time there, especially in the summer. It has got a real, like, proper old school amusement park feel about it. And what I do like about it as well is, whilst it might not be the best park, you can tell that they're trying to do their best with in their budget, and I think that's all you can ask for from any park, really.
Yeah, like I say, it's all you can do, isn't it? With that, and I think that having Mellors in is probably the right thing at this point in their lives.
Yeah,
I don't think making a big investment in static hardware is quite something we're going to see yet. I would like to see that in the near future, though.
yeah,
But like, I think that the thing they need to do now, if they've got a couple of parks, is potentially buy in some higher end traveling rides and rotate them between
yeah,
Lightwater Valley and Fantasy Island, and then use that to kind of grow almost
yeah,
because you can say this is new at Lightwater Valley, and then move it to Fantasy Island. This is new. You get two new rides. Double your money on a new ride essentially, and then you can like just have it wherever after that. You could travel it if you want to, when the interest kind of dies down. There's a lot of stuff you could do with the traveling rides. Like, and the thing is, traveling rides, like I know people were a bit, and I agree the retro scored was probably implemented in not a very good way, but we have seen flat rides like the twirling toadstool that was at Towers. That was a traveling ride.
Yeah,
That wasn't a park model. That was a traveling ride. And then you've got like Enterprise. That wasn't a park model. That was a traveling ride. You know, um, so traveling rides can fit in and look good in a park. It's just how you dress it up,
yeah,
and it can be
definitely.
done into a good way. So I'm not anti traveling rides, but I feel like putting a sizzler um, just in on a pathway with no theming and blue fencing around it, temporary fencing around it, just doesn't look good.
No,
So
uh,
if a little bit of effort is needed to make them look
yeah.
good, but yeah, I've got nothing wrong with traveling rides in theme parks. I actually think in some places they could be a good thing.
So I'm going to carry on the subject to Mellors, but earlier on we asked what the challenge would be for us to do Valhalla on opening day at Pleasure Beach. So I'm going to put it out there to everybody watching. Um, if this live stream gets to 100 likes before 9 o'clock, I'll do Valhalla on opening day, even if Steve doesn't.
But you got 10 mugs need to be sold for me to do
No,
Valhalla. So.
it's not going to happen. But we're not going to
What do
get
you mean it's not
100
going to
likes.
happen? Who would not want one of
You're not
these?
getting any commission for one of those mugs, mate. I'm
One
sorry.
of these fantastic mugs that
I'll
make you
send you a
you know
pizza.
it's it, there you go. I feel like I'm on The Apprentice now with the TV selling. You need
Honestly,
this mug.
100 likes. We're currently on 30 likes, or 33. If we get 100 likes by 9 o'clock, I'll do Valhalla on opening day. Even if I have to do it on my own, or if I even have to do it with Keith. I
So
don't
what you
really
say
want
is
to do it with
everyone
Keith,
who's
sorry,
watching now
mate.
needs
But
to like, or it ain't
yeah,
happening.
Caledonian Coasters and PBE, sorry, Yeg, at the front of Valhalla on opening day. Let's do it. 100 likes. So 120 likes and you'll do it.
Well, me,
Yeah. Or you do it if we get to 100
I'm
likes.
selling mugs, mate.
No one's interested. It's a
To be
failed
fair,
bit.
like 10 mugs are not a lot, it's a very nice mug. There's multiple color options as well.
Yeah, come on. So what? How many likes for you to do Valhalla before I start talking about the Mellors? Come on, name
See if
name your
it's like
price.
for Valhalla, I'm gonna say 200.
You know that's not. You
That's
know that's not
200 for
achievable at this
me to
point.
do Valhalla. I'm going for the mugs. So if you sell 10 mugs, I'll do Valhalla.
I'm going to buy 10 mugs. Yeah, I just get. You know what I mean? It's basically. You know what? Yeah, I knew someone was going to call you a mug in the comments. I knew
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I knew
yeah.
it would be. 50 likes is not reasonable for a ride of Valhalla. I don't like the thing. I'd still quite happily see it gone. Right, I've named my price. It's 100 likes on the live stream by 9 o'clock, and I'll do Valhalla. And whilst we do that, Mellors Group. My biggest
Yeah,
criticism for them and Fantasy Island is not putting in a permanent coaster because I
yeah,
don't feel like they need to get a brand new one. Why
no,
not get a second-hand one? There's plenty of old Vacomas knocking about that they could quite easily put up in their park. I'm not suggesting they relocate a Woody, but there's a lot of old steel coasters that parks have quite happily get rid of or have got rid of in the last 10 years that were probably still serviceable. I've always thought that even though people are turning their nose up at it as enthusiasts, I've always thought a Vekoma Boomerang, one of the frill ones with the loops and versions, would be good at Fantasy Island. They haven't got a lot of space, so I'm going to end up doing Valhalla here, aren't I? We've just doubled our like count already. Right,
yeah.
200 likes and Steve's got to do it. Let's do this.
People will be ringing their friends. Oh, you need to go and like this video.
No, don't. You'll kill the watch time. Yeah, that's my biggest criticism. Fantasy Island is since the Mellors took it on, they could really cement their legacy there, in my opinion, by putting in a permanent coaster. And I'm not saying they've got to go with another Odyssey or another Millennium coaster. I honestly think that just a Vekoma Boomerang or even a family one or just something second hand that they could get their hands on quite cheap would work perfectly. And I think
Yeah,
it's something that would really. People don't care if they're going to Skegness on a staycation or whatever, and Fantasy Island are advertising a new coaster everywhere around Ingle Mills and Skegness, people are like, oh yeah, let's go and have a look. And because they still operate pay per ride, they'd probably do well with it.
But like, I'll be honest, why settle for something that isn't really unique when you could probably, like, for not a lot more, get something really like out there? There's a lot of you've got a lot of manufacturers with a lot of interesting design coasters now, and the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that we're missing in the UK that no one's done. Like, we're still waiting for new gen Vekoma, we're still waiting for an Intamin, we're still waiting for an RMC. These are all things that everywhere else in the world has got now, and we just haven't. So we could really do with something like that in the UK. I'm just saying, like, we could. I feel like the UK, like, if you build something, people will come.
Yeah.
That's the top and bottom of it. You need to build it, and people will go. The issue is no one's building anything. So, like, Alton's probably gonna have a bumper year. Like, even Thorpe had a pretty good year with the Hyperia. Like, the queues for that were pretty consistent.
Yeah, I must say thank you to Stephen Bell for the super chat as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up doing Valhalla, so I guess you're going to be filming it. Do you know how to use a camera?
Yeah.
You're alright using the camera, you're not going to film the floor, no?
Well, you haven't checked your mug sales yet, have you? So.
No, I'm just going to buy 10 later. Actually, that's a great shout that Mark's put in the chat. That Fantasy Island should get something like Formula at Energylandia. I'm just chuckling because I could just imagine our friend Mike saying it in his big Mancunian accent, which I'm not going to try and do on a live stream. Formula, but yeah, something like that would be awesome. Or Let Coaster, or anything like that would just be perfect. I really think it. I really hope Valhalla's closed next week. By the way. How many likes for you to do Rugrats with Mike?
500.
Oh, I nearly said something then.
What?
Fudge. Fudge off. Behave.
500.
500?
500.
No.
Yeah. 500.
Gonna need to ask that guy where he got all those fake likes and stuff from. Just bump this up. Let Coaster.
You've got to make it hard. Like, it's not that easy.
We're here to entertain people. We need to get a 5-figure viewing figures on an opening day vlog for. That's what we need.
The problem is, if you put me and Mike in a boat, it's not going to end well.
Yeah. Well, look what happened in Leesburg when you weren't in the boat, but it was me, Mike, Mark Rides, and Mullet. I mean, the boat got flooded and had to be taken off for the day.
Yeah.
I believe there was
I'll just end up sinking the boat. And I don't want to break the ride. I don't want to make the news for breaking the ride.
10 mug sales. We just hit the 10-1. we just hit the 10th one. Hold on a minute. You know what? I'm going to encourage this now. I'm going to find the link. I'm not shared.
No, don't. I don't think we'd be able to sell them.
I might put a I don't know if I'm allowed to do this. Anyway, there's a link. Andy Highgate fishing us out the trough. It could happen, to be fair.
Exactly.
Yeah. We have got issues with water rides. We do seem to have a bit of an issue with these.
To get out and push.
I might put an offer on the mugs,
No, don't.
I might put a coupon on.
No, don't. That defies the point.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, we've had a super chat off Darren, which counts as 10 likes, I believe. Which doesn't help my cause at all, does it? Right, I'm going to have a look. It doesn't actually tell me how many likes we're on. I actually have to go onto YouTube and do this. It's I'm not very good at this live streaming, like. Oh my days, we're at 72. This is a problem. Unlike. Oh, I've named it now. I'm gonna have to do it. And gods of the Norse are gonna be with us, aren't they? Oh well, as long as you get some good footage of it, I'll do it. As long as you get the 100, that's fine. So
unless you sell 10 mugs, then I'll be with you.
That's a good point. I will need to find someone that's good with a camera. I wonder if Matt's any good with a camera. Oh, Matt, you're in the live chat. Are you coming on? Let us know. Oh no, he's skipping opening day, isn't he? He probably knew this was going to happen. Well, I'm sorry, the cameraman can't go on, so you're going to have to go on, Steve. I'm afraid.
Cameraman can't go on, behave.
I don't know if Andy's watching. Andy can go on.
Yeah.
We'll send Andy on. If he's not watching, we'll just sign him up for it while he's not watching. Hopefully he's busy. Oh God, someone's just ordered a mug.
Yes.
Steve, you're in trouble here, mate. Mug sales are coming in. Yeah, they are. You are a mug. You're going on Valhalla too.
Oh gosh. Oh, I've got to get a job with Alan Sugar in a minute.
You're just creating work for me and Becca here. We've got to make them.
Brilliant.
Oh,
I love it.
So what do you want? Well, what are you expecting from Fantasy Island?
Fantasy Island. I
we
just
go.
want to see Odyssey open.
Yes,
that'd be a bonus.
That'd be nice. Have you ever been on it?
I have been to Fantasy Island many times and just looked at it. I think I've been on it once or twice. Like I might have done it twice in the day it was open when I went there, and then I kind of gave up on the job after that because I've done it. I don't remember thinking Odyssey was bad, but I don't remember thinking it was amazing either. So I'd be interested to kind of get a fresh memory of it. I've done a lot of rides since then as well because when I did that, like I'd not done much outside of the UK. So like Odyssey was a big coaster, especially like if you go back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest inverts in the world. So
still is.
Yeah. So and to be fair, I remember when it first opened and it had massive issues with stalling, didn't it? And you had to lower actually rebuild the ride with a lower Cobra roll because it would never open if even as much as a breeze. I believe it's a lot more operationally stable these days.
I think they're just a bit more better at running it. They just gauge it a bit better. What I find is that since the Mellors Group took on Fantasy Island, they've been a lot better at operating Odyssey. When I first went to Fantasy Island when Odyssey was there, now bear in mind that I first went to Fantasy Island in the 90s before they had Millennium or Odyssey. Then didn't go for a very long time. Heard about them closing down, and I was like, right, I need to go and do these two big Vacomas. And we had an event there, Pleasure Beach Experience event, and I think we basically put it out as a Save Fantasy Island type event. And they gave us Odyssey for an ERT, but they kept it closed for the rest of the park. And it was just so daft. And they were just like letting us lap it with our PBE like event wristbands on, but it was shut to the public. And it was honestly, it was like the Wild West because they were like, "Oh, you can just film on it with handheld camera." Like, oh, all right then.
Oh, back to the camcorder days.
Yeah, it was. I started a camcorder then. I attempted a front row POV with a camcorder, which is just ridiculous. But I'd got this like secondary thing on it, and I'd like literally wrapped it around my wrist to the point where I'd nearly lost circulation in my hand to make sure I didn't drop it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't worth it because the POV was dreadful.
Yeah.
On the subject of handheld POVs, I was actually watching Mr. Mark Rides' channel the other day, one of his old Traumatizer POVs from Pleasureland Southport, and I was sat next to him while he was filming it. It's just, you could just hear me grumbling, "Oh, it's bad this." Little did we know that a year later it'd be in Blackpool.
Yeah.
That was one of the last days that place was open that we went.
I know, it was only a few days after it closed down. I terminated that place as well.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the interesting thing with Pleasureland Southport, they actually had a ride called Chaos. I don't know if any of you guys will even remember it, but it was a very interesting ride. I believe it's by Chance Rides, and I've never been on anything like it since. But I remember coming off it like, what the hell was that? Like, it was mental. And I'd never seen it open until the day we went. So that was the only time I've seen it operational. And then it moved to Light Water Valley. They bought it. So Light Water Valley bought it. I think they renamed it into something called Hornet's Nest. And I don't think it ever opened. Or if it did open, it only opened for a few days. So, and I actually went to Light Water Valley to ride it, and it was just in bits. And I never saw it operational, which is a shame because I did enjoy it. There was one at the Adventure Dome where you went recently. in
Yes.
Vegas. They had one. I don't know if it's still there. I think it's gone now. They still have the Chance Inverter, I believe, which is like submission there. But yeah, I'm just gutted I never got to ride one of those. I don't think there's any left now in the world. Cedar Point had one. I just would like to have ridden one again now, just to remember if it was just fun the day we did it, or if it was just we got lucky. Because I've heard some awful things about them. Like people say
Can
they're
I
horrible
just
rides.
point out here that we're on course for you doing Valhalla?
No, we're not.
We are.
You have
We're
to
actually-
prove it, you know. I need proof that this has
Yeah,
happened.
you'll get proof. But what's actually funny is we're actually closer to you doing it than me at this point.
Behave. How many more mugs have we got?
We only need to sell 4 more mugs, and you're doing Valhalla. We still need 23 likes for me to do Valhalla.
Hey, four more mugs.
4 more mugs, and you're doing Valhalla, pal.
There we go. There we go.
So, Mum, if you're watching, get 4 mugs bought. I'll give you a refund tomorrow.
Well, you know, I'll have to see if I can get some waterproof sorted.
Oh,
To
dear.
be fair, I am staying over, so it's not too bad for me
Exactly.
staying over. It's not too bad, but that doesn't mean that it's still 10 mugs is the target still, because it's February.
It won't be when it's open, pal.
March,
It's 7th
sorry.
of March.
March. It's still cold, so
Shorts
you know.
weather. Keith Black says it's
Yeah.
shorts weather.
No, it's not.
I guarantee he'll be in his light blue shirt and his cargo shorts. Guaranteed. And his bloody flip-flops, no doubt. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
He's watching,
Yeah.
so he'll clarify for us in the comments shortly. And going back to that day in Southport, Mark says that it was a CF Live. It was a Coaster Force Live. I do remember it.
It was, yeah.
It was a good day.
I remember
It was a
going
really
on the
good day.
cableway and
Yes.
seeing everyone on it at the same time. It was very weird. We just like all of us on the cableway there.
Yeah, when we were like crossing paths on it and stuff. There you go. Keith has clarified his outfit for opening day for you in the comments section. He'll be in shorts.
Flip flops. No.
Yeah,
Boy.
flip flop. Oh, good. We don't want flip flops.
Summer holiday.
Yeah. You take
To
that
be
elsewhere,
fair,
Keith.
like you do get it could be nice in March. It can happen.
You
It's
could.
been nice weather in March, so you know.
That comment's brilliant from Darren. I'll let you read it.
Brilliant.
That is fantastic. Right, so we're going off at 9 o'clock. So that gives us just over 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
at this point, we are going to let you guys, if people want to comment with some questions, fire away. We'll finish off with a Q&A section. While we wait for some questions to come in, I'm going to put Stephen on. There we go.
Going to show off the mug there.
That
Just,
fantastic mug.
you could have one of these fantastic mugs. They are good. If you need a nice warm brew opening weekend,
You just want to do Valhalla. Just
this will
admit
do
it.
you well. I just want it to be worth it.
I'm doing it at 2 o'clock though. I'm doing it as soon as it opens. In fact, we should do it last. It's not going to be dark at Park Close. We might as well just do it last ride.
I
join
don't
the
mind.
queue.
I don't mind when we do it. Like to be fair, like it doesn't really make. It's not really an issue. So, I will sign the mug. I'll bring a pen.
Yeah, Stephen can sign them. I did Valhalla, signed Steve. So, interesting comment from Dan asks, what are your opinions of Halloween content that's turning up on socials in February? Is it too early?
Yes.
I'll be honest, I switch off from it at this point. Even though I really enjoy it, I'm just kind of like, I'm so focused on the theme park season that I'm just not thinking about Halloween. Other than how we might improve what we do at Halloween, I don't really think about it at this point. I don't know, you won't, Steve.
Yeah. So Halloween. I don't want Halloween year round for me.
No.
But like that's just me. I will admit I am not the norm when it comes to enjoying Halloween. It's not my cup of tea. I do like theme parks in the dark though, so getting to go on like all the roller coasters, particularly Rita. I really like Rita in the dark. Even Fort Park, they've got some great rides down there that are fantastic in the dark. And as much as it's getting harder and harder to do Pleasure Beach in the dark with the big one open, if you can get a night ride on the big one, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
And
you're in big
I
trouble,
still
mate.
why?
We've hit 10 mugs.
No,
Yeah, we
I don't
have.
believe it.
Well, my phone keeps buzzing. One,
Oh
two,
no.
three.
Yeah, you can't ask for a refund now. Like, it didn't have to be. Is it because I said I'm going to sign them?
But mug signing, I don't think Pleasure Beach will allow you to set up a mug signing area outside of Valhalla.
Oh dear. Well, there we go. I've never sold anything in my life, but I've managed to sell some mugs. So there we go.
Oh, geez, we're getting too close. I might end the live stream in a minute because of the likes.
Oh, well, it looks like I'm going on then anyway.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're close to 82. In
And
fact,
on that bombshell.
yeah, and on that bombshell.
Good night.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh dear.
You might just be
Oh
getting away
dear
with
me.
it.
Oh well, you know what? It is what it is. So I'll have to find someone to go with me to balance the boat now.
You need the ballast.
Yeah, exactly. Because if it tips over to one side, we'll just end up breaking the ride, and that's never good. And they'll be angry at us.
Someone says you need a job in QVC. I'm just wondering if I can go into the settings of this live stream and turn off likes and dislikes.
No, you're not allowed to. You can't do that. We need lots. If you're watching now and you haven't given it a thumbs up, give
Don't
it a
bother,
thumbs. Actually,
it's
I
fine.
don't think I've given it a thumbs up. Hang on a second.
No, you
There
don't
we go.
need to.
Yes.
Oh, we're
There we
doing
go.
it. We're on 90.
There we go. We need
Yeah.
a thumbs up for then Scott can join me on Valhalla because apparently we've got the 10 mugs. Now, we also, there's some other products on there. I believe you can get a...
Someone's bought a drawstring bag, mate, as well. So I think that counts
okay.
towards the mug count, yeah.
No, that doesn't count towards the mug count. It has to be
I think it does.
Mugs. Has to be one of these in this specific... No, it does have to be a specific
Don't
colour.
start again.
I'm not backtracking. I said mugs. There are,
Yeah.
you can get lots of different coloured ones on there. So, but yeah, to be fair, I actually, I quite like this mug. It's my go-to mug these days. So
Yeah, I think you really want to do Valhalla, clearly. I'm just thinking, like, I am going to put it out there again that we are going to be guided by the live chat at this point. So if you do have any questions for us, please do fire away. When do you both think Invictus will open? I can't really go into that, I've got to be honest. So I'll let you talk about it, Steve.
Historically, they tend to be summer at Pleasure Beach.
Yeah.
I'd say May or June. But
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
The thing is, like, even though the ride is running, we did actually touch on this if you haven't seen it at the beginning of this live stream, where they're going through like the commissioning process. The ride is probably going to be ready before the area is ready.
Yes.
So they're going to have to get everything like built up around the ride. So I think there is a lot of work to do.
They've still got a lot of like testing and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
that's the thing, because obviously they've got Intamin have got to hand it over to Pleasure Beach. Then Pleasure Beach have got to do their own testing, train their staff up and everything. So yeah, it's looking like I'm going to be doing Valhalla with you, mate.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Great. Yay.
Let's sink the boat.
Yeah. Sorry. In that case,
me and you on water rides normally doesn't end well. So
I was saying, I was on about this yesterday, and I said like we're a bit like Top Gear, that if you put us near water, it goes wrong. Like it just instantly goes wrong. And I'm just getting images of Jeremy Clarkson like sat in one of those like stupid cars he used to make for water, and they'd always sink it. And that's effectively us on a water ride. We always end up sinking it or breaking it. So hopefully we'll get Valhalla on one of its really temperamental days. Yeah. And we'll get to the top of the first lift hill and it'll just decide, no, I'm not doing it. So
yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I feel like we need to get the band back together and get a really heavy boat for this. Full experience.
Yeah, Pleasure Beach would be watching this and being like, right, we need to make sure they don't overload the boat.
Make sure Valhalla's shut on opening day. Yeah, if
Um,
anyone from Pleasure Beach that's working on Valhalla in the next week's watching, if you could really break it for the next week or so, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, just so I will say, if it's not available on
We'll
opening
do it
day,
on another day.
I will do it another day because
Yeah,
I'm
same.
a man of my word. So, um, or some alternative will be thought of.
No, we'll
You
do
know,
Valhalla.
ideally, I would like to do Valhalla. Valhalla is a really good ride. I do like it. It's just too wet. So
Yeah,
this is a good excuse to give me that motivation to go on it. So. I'm just looking at the comments, and someone said, "What do you wish you'd filmed years ago if you could show it now?" So I'm guessing like historic rides and stuff in the past. I think like I kind of wish that cameras were better like 20 years ago
same.
because back then it was all about tapes and having everything kind of, and the quality wasn't very good, and you had to carry around like a briefcase with you to like put it all in. So doing decent videos back then was really hard, but I would have loved to have got like more footage of like just the pleasure beach as I
Same.
remember it, like the Super Bowl and just the park in general,
It's funny you should say
the
that
log
because
flume.
yesterday, me and Becca were searching for Pleasure Beach in various different years since we've been
Yeah,
going, and when you search for like 2004, 2005, 2006, there's very, very little out there. And a lot of it is, like any videos that are there from Pleasure Beach in that era, are more about the people that were there rather than the actual park. So there is some really good videos out there, but they don't actually show the park brilliantly, if that makes sense. They're just more about the people in the videos. Like, we filmed loads of Pleasure Beach stuff back then, but I actually regret not backing it up because even though it
yeah,
was on a potato, I'd love to
yeah,
reshare that footage now on maybe a separate channel and have like a
yeah.
historic, I want to say heritage channel here. I just think it'd be
Yeah.
nice to have like some sort of like going back to it. But
I
oh
know one of
no,
the things that I was kind of um, really kind of reminiscing on was those early days of me going to Pleasure Beach because I was quite late going to Pleasure Beach. To be fair, I was quite late to doing roller coasters, and I remember walking around Pleasure Beach and it being nighttime, and they had these like palm trees, LED like palm tree things
yes,
around river caves and in front of I think it's called Bean Street, and I think
yeah,
there's some like over by the big one as well. I just remember how well lit up everything was, and the chaser lights running up the lift hills on all the coasters, and I think Ice Blast had one as well running up the middle of it, and it just
it
looked
did.
fantastic. But even with a high-end camera back then, you wouldn't have been able to capture just how cool it all looked. Um, and I feel like they kind of toned down on the lighting side of things a lot since then, which is a bit of a shame. But um, I would have liked to just kind of got that nighttime atmosphere back in the day. And not just Pleasure Beach, but I went to like Morecambe as well. Used to have illuminations, and I
Yeah,
can't remember anything of it now. I honestly can't. But I do remember it being good and very quickly declining in quality. Um, I don't think they do it anymore, so yeah, it's a shame.
I'm doing Valhalla with you. Confirmed.
I actually,
Yes.
yes.
What a terrible disappointment. Absolute shambles.
There you go.
There's no backing out now as well because it's officially got over 100.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna have to
what
find
row are we
like
having? Right.
I need to
I'm
find a
making I'm,
pen that I could sign mugs with now as well, don't
I'm
I?
making a deal. You're
What's
getting in the
that?
boat first.
Why?
Just that's the rules.
Why?
Because you'll enjoy it more.
Is this something I've forgotten about?
Yeah, this is going to be the best cup of tea ever. Do you know what the saddest thing about this is? We won't be able to film it. But I could ask. I
Ask
could
her and
ask if
see. You can always
I'll
see,
ask
can't
because
you?
I'll see if we could just even if we can film the bit going through the water vortex,
Yeah,
we could say we're on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But as long as
I don't
someone
know
films
how a
it,
rider cam would look. By the way, just me and water rides, I'm actually terrified of water rides because you don't have any kind of restraints, and that Valhalla's drop is quite big, for not having really anything to hold on to.
yeah,
So I do brick it.
yeah, we need someone to film it, even if it's on their camera, and send us the footage. It needs to be documented. Oh, well, Andy's coming, I think, so Andy can film. There's no way we're getting Andy on Valhalla. Not for all the likes on YouTube. It's not going to happen. Not in March anyway.
Yeah.
It's thoughts on what Pleasure Beach's financial result. Can't speak. Thoughts on what Pleasure Beach's financial results might look like when released in the next few weeks. I think they'll make a loss. I think that they'll post a loss. I'm certain of it, and that's not through special knowledge or anything. That's just because they've invested in stuff.
Yeah.
They've probably spent more than they've made.
Yeah. I think that last year was particularly challenging for Pleasure Beach because not only have we come out of like the COVID times and everything, people are having to kind of watch what they're spending at the moment as well. That's including myself. Like I've kind of reining it back this year a little bit. I like my adventures, but just don't have as much disposable income as I used to have, and just everything's kind of skyrocketed in price. So, and if I'm feeling the pinch, there's definitely other people out there feeling the pinch. So I think Pleasure Beach thinking about their pricing strategy is definitely the right thing to do going forwards. Like they've got some of the best prices for tickets to go to a theme park this year. If you're just doing a one-hit theme park, I think that's fantastic value. Was it 20 something, 20 something quid, I think they start at. And if you go one of those days, like it's going to be, it's a good day out for the family, isn't it? So, and you can't really go to like many places for, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours,
No.
of entertainment for that cheap. So I think that they are doing the right thing. I just hope that it doesn't negatively hit them, and I hope they can deal with the crowds that might generate if it does start getting a lot more people in.
Yeah.
So hopefully hopefully they'll be okay with it. But it has been a really tough time for theme parks, and I think like it doesn't help that Merlin offer like some fantastic deals. I've noticed they are doing one now of if you stay in a hotel, you get an annual pass.
Yeah.
Which is just mental. Like, all you're doing there is just trying to get people to come to your parks.
Yeah.
You're not really making any money on that. So, unless you're putting your hotel price up by like 100 quid or something, I just think that it's going to be tough for the other parks when you've got a big company doing that. And then you've got like obviously Merlin kind of behaving like they're about to go bust. So that's also another concern. So yeah, this is almost a subject of its own. So I'm not going to delve much deeper into it, but they're my initial thoughts.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised if they don't post losses, but I think we'll see that from most theme parks, to be honest. But I think what we've got to bear in mind is as well, they've spent 8 odd million on Evictus as a project. And I know a lot of people have turned up the nose about how much they're spending, but they had a lot of groundwork and deconstruction to do in that area.
Yeah.
And they had to do a lot of surveillance in that area, because I know for a fact that Intamin were there in 2024 looking at that space. And they weren't the only ones there looking at that space. And they weren't the only ones there looking at other areas of the Pleasure Beach as well. Pleasure Beach have had several manufacturers go over, and this is not info I've had from Pleasure Beach, this is info I've had of people who've just spotted them around Blackpool. There's someone that literally sees them where he works constantly. People do go to parks, and we see it in all the parks around the world. Manufacturers go to parks and price things up and pitch ideas and stuff. So I think we're going to see them post losses, in my opinion. If they post profits, then fantastic. If they post losses, I don't think it's reason to be worried. I think it'll just be the fact that they've spent a lot of money, and it's been challenging times. But the tax year that they're going to be reporting on is not last year, it's the year before, which is the season where there was loads of stuff shut out of the blue, and lots of people getting peed off about the rebrand and the way the park was. So I don't expect them to post massive profits, but I don't expect Merlin to either. So, and that's a point. Enzo's a fiver on opening weekend. I probably won't do it on the Saturday.
The thing is, I do believe that Enzo is the best way to ride Icon. So with it being only £5, even I'm probably going to give it a go. It's probably going to be the first time it's had a queue.
I know.
So, but yeah, it's just an interesting point about you saying Intamin, being involved in this project at Pleasure Beach. Now, usually when a manufacturer kind of gets the foot in the door at a park, you tend to see a succession of rides from the same manufacturer.
Hopefully.
And I am secretly hoping that is what's going to happen here, and we're going to see something else from Intamin come into Pleasure Beach. I'll be honest, I think the UK is lacking airtime-filled roller coasters.
Yes,
modern airtime-filled coasters. Hyperion is almost there, but like when you compare it to some of the stuff that you've got abroad, I would love to see an airtime machine built at Pleasure Beach by Intamin. I think it'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
that's just my two T's. Like, I don't know whether they will go with Intamin again for the next project, but I really hope they do, and I just hope that the issue they've got is that a flat ride is a really hard sell to the public. And I've seen the comments and people saying, "Oh, it's a fun fair ride, it's a travelling fair ride." You're selling something to people who don't understand what it actually is. But if you speak to anyone who has a bit of knowledge on it, we know that this is a quality flat ride. This is a high quality, decent flat ride that's going to offer. To be fair, it's going to offer great airtime. If it's anything like Loki at Leesburg, like you might not even need that airtime-filled roller coaster as long as this one's programmed up really well. So, I'm all for it, and I just really hope that it's a really hard sell. I hope that they've got something in mind to try and get the PR out there for it.
Yeah, my hope is they go big with the next coaster. So it needs to be a tilt coaster from Vekoma or a top hat coaster from Intamin. That's what I think. Then they sell themselves.
Yeah.
I
personally think something going out over the promenade is the way forward, because the issue you've got with anything inside the park is the big one kind of encases everything because of just how huge it is. So anything inside the park,
if you build something bigger,
you got to get something looking huge. Really, it needs to go outside the park, and I believe they can build out there. So it'd be great to see them do something.
I'm pretty sure they can go to at least 300 foot before the towers start getting jumpy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they do that, then they've taken the height record, and unless Universal have got the appetite to break that, then they're going to keep it for a long time.
Yeah.
But,
that'd be great.
I don't know what route they'll go. I hope they go with a thrill coaster, because I think Icon is that middle ground between family and thrill. I don't think it's either one or the other. I think it's in the middle. There is somebody confused in the comments asking if Invictus is a coaster. It's definitely not a coaster. It's a flat ride, but it will have better airtime than probably 99% of the roller coasters in this country. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, so they do offer a lot of airtime, these gyro swings. I might have confused some people. I was just quickly kind of mentioning about the flat ride event. What you tend to find, I'll be a bit more clear with these, when a manufacturer gets into a park, they often sell multiple deals for multiple projects at the same time. So we could see Evictus as project one and potentially another project by Intamin down the line. That's not always the case, but quite often you'll see there'll be a succession. So I was kind of saying we might get a flat ride now, and then the Evictus swing ride, and we might see Intamin coaster down the line, which would be fantastic if they do.
I'm all for that. With all due respect, I don't want to see another mat coaster follow Icon. I feel like it needs to be Vekoma or Intamin, in my opinion. I feel like even if it's a super boomerang from Vekoma, sorry, if you got one of those in the park, then I think we'd see the end of the rev. But that would be the perfect succession from the rev, if that makes sense. I don't know if they would go down that route, but if they would, it'd be good. And you're smirking, like, why are you smirking? What do you know?
Well, I don't know. Like, I just think that we're overdue something, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We're overdue
I think the whole
something.
country is, to be honest. But right, we're
Yeah,
getting
we
to
are.
9 o'clock, Steve. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, we're gonna have to wrap it up.
you can go and have your pizza at last. Any last thoughts before we cut off for the day?
That cold pizza.
Yeah, go and have your cold pizza with pineapple on it.
But my last thoughts really are, I just really hope that things start to change, like with the Universal project. I'm just hoping it adds a bit of competitiveness to the UK theme park market, because I feel like Merlin have been a dominant player for so long. No one's been really able to compete with them. Like, people have had a go, like Flamingo Land put in sick. Pleasure Beach are probably the biggest competitor to the Merlin parks, in my opinion, anyway. And they're just so hard to kind of beat for value. But now we're
Yeah,
kind of seeing Merlin crumble a little bit, so maybe that's going to give a bit of opportunity to these other parks to maybe put in some big investment now with the intention of like taking the win.
yeah, absolutely. Right, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you to everyone that's watched. Thank you to everyone that
Thank
has
you.
resulted in me going on Valhalla on
Yeah,
opening
thank you
day.
for making lots of work for Scott. In if you have got one of these fantastic mugs.
Yeah, great. Thanks. At least you have to go on Valhalla on opening day, though. That's
That's
worth
true.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so yeah, thanks to everyone that's watched. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the comments. And we will see you in the next Your Experience Guide video, which probably won't be a live one. So thank you very much. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
And we are still live for a couple of seconds, Steve.